Welcome, Umoja 2 TV. We're back for another exciting season. I'm Coach Danzy, and I'm alongside my partner, Coach Fuller. Coach, how is it being back in the studio?
Oh, I'm loving it, Coach. I'm looking forward to it. The studio is my home.
Yeah.
So I love it, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to another upcoming high school season where we cover some of the best talent the Capital Region has to offer, Coach. So I'm excited, Coach.
Yeah. I mean, Coach, we had a lot of stuff done this summer. We went to a few places, got a couple interviews from a lot of different people this summer. We've been busy.
We've been very busy, and the warm reception and the welcome that I'm getting from the area has been fabulous.
Wow.
I mean, from even the bigger kids, the varsity kids, on down to little kids we cover.
Right, that's right. Yes.
We're getting a lot of warm reception, a lot of feedback. The coaches is loving what we're doing. The community is loving what we're doing. They give us a lot of encouragement to continue to push us on.
That's right.
I'm excited.
That's what we do. We do it for the people.
Yes, indeed.
So let's start right out, Coach. I mean, the ball's here. I love this thing, Coach, the pill.
Do you really love it?
Oh, yeah, Coach. I should do a lot of things with this thing, huh?
You used to hold it too much.
Well, I'm gonna hold it like I hold this debate down. You know what I mean? I hold this like that.
Don't get carried away.
Don't
get carried away.
Come on, we all know.
You get down to your element a little bit.
I don't know, Coach. I mean, the fans will tell you.
We'll see.
All right. So let's start out with the first topic, Coach. What do you got on tap?
Well, we want to talk about should players be allowed to leave early, and how has the G League affected that, and LeVar
Ball, yep.
Yeah, so LeVar Ball, he implemented a new league and things of that nature where he wants to give players the access to be able to go straight to the NBA without having to go through all the rigmarole roles if they're ready.
Right.
So the G League has stepped up their game. So the question is, should players be allowed to leave early, Coach?
The ball's in your corner. What you got to say about it?
Wow. My thing is that absolutely, unequivocally, no question about it.
I'll hold on to it.
Yeah, you do that. You're used to that anyway.
Yes.
Players should definitely be allowed to leave early. I mean, my thing is, like, I always say this. If I'm working for a company, just say computers, for example.
Yes.
All right, and I'm not done graduating, but I'm really good at what I usually am.
Right.
I'm really good at what I do, and IBM comes knocking at my door, and they say, hey, we want to offer you a job making X amount of money right now. You don't have to worry about finishing school. You could do that another time. You could do that in the summers. You could do whatever. Right now, we want you, and we're going to pay you a nice, hefty salary to do that. Do I stay? No, I got to go.
You got to go.
I got to go. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't understand this whole dynamic of where we feel like players should be held back for whatever reasons. If you, in your own volition, if you feel like you're ready, with your family and your supporters and things of that nature, you should be allowed to go ahead and make that bread, get that money, and however it falls apart or wherever you succeed, it's on you. It's your choice.
Okay. Very compelling arguments you got there. You know, if it was kids going straight to the NBA, making that $1 million contract, I can rock with you. But I don't know if I can rock with you. Guys are getting in the G League right now, Coach, only getting $125. If you get hurt your first year, your career done, is that enough to sustain a lifestyle? You're done. So if you're going to college, guess what? You got that degree right there. You're good. That computer degree that you would have had, you got that. You can fall back on. You know what I mean? 125. I don't know if it's worth it to take it out, sacrificing that injury that first year. Career injury. Now, I'm not talking about no little old ankle, I'm done for 6 weeks. Career-ending injury. Bo Jackson type injury, okay?
Wow, you're making it extreme, aren't you here?
Yes, I am.
Well, my thing is this right here, all right? Everything is a risk, of course, you know what I mean? And you have to take calculated risk, but you cannot prepare or, prepare for what may happen. You got to just go with what you feel right now. You can't go in and say, well, I might get injured, my career might be done. You can get injured in college. You can have a career-threatening thing in college. At least you got to check when you're in the NBA. And it's crazy because when I used to have this argument, I used to say, wow, Amari Stoudemire, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Dwight Howard. Like the list starts to go on and on about these players that was from high school, went to the NBA, had reasonably successful careers, and was able to make some money and do well for themselves.
Right.
So, and furthermore, the whole college thing is to me is a big racket anyway. You got coaches making $4 and $5 million contracts. You got these guys getting sneaker contracts, getting all these endorsements and things of that nature. The college coaches are eating love. And now you have this big, thick book of rules and regulations that if you buy a sandwich for a kid, it's a violation. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's the biggest racket going.
Yeah.
In my estimation, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you there, Coach. But and what you're saying is right on. But again, I mean, just to bring a little light to this, Coach. I mean, you got some players that's getting $1.25 right now in college. You know what I mean? You might be taking a pay cut playing in the G League right now. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
But at the same time, I just think that with the people that you mentioned earlier, those guys went straight to NBA and they got big time contracts. So if you get hurt, Coach, you can invest that money wisely into something. You ain't gotta go back to college. You know what I mean? These guys only getting $1.25. It's a little different. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing I can. Now, if the guys can manage that $1.50, if they get hurt and they be successful with that buck. I mean, how much money do you need to really be successful to start out? If you got a good idea, $1.50 right there can start that career off. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
And also what you said, what I would take from you too, your point that you said was very, very on point, was that you can't really be thinking about injury. You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't put that negative energy in the air.
Oh, that's
just go in there. I'm gonna just go do my thing. I'm gonna kill. I'm going right to the league right after this year. So,
one thing I want to say that is what you said is very key is that how many high school graduates are able to go into a job making $150,000. You know what I'm saying? Especially doing something they love doing all their life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
it's definitely something to be said about going to
yes.
make 150 and turn that into whatever.
Right.
Some circumstances with the change.
Yes, sir.
So
That's right.
Having said that,
and Coach, they're getting 125 for 5 months of work.
5 months of work. Wow. It's not even a year.
No.
Come
on.
I think that so our point was maybe the NBA said seeing what LeVar Ball was doing, they had to step up their game. They renewed the contracts and different things of that nature, added more money to it to try to give these players a lot more. It's not equivalent to the robbery that's happened in college basketball. College sports, period.
Right. So it's really kudos to LeVar Ball, Coach, that got the NBA to step up their game. Let's not act like he didn't have nothing to do with this move that just happened.
That's a good point. That's an excellent point. That can go amiss.
Yes.
That could definitely go amiss. And for all the stuff or the antics or whatever you want to say, I mean, this was a nice little power move. Those guys. So some people should be thanking him for that.
That's right. I mean, entrepreneur. I mean, all through and through. I mean, started his own league. Now, how many people in our community talk about, why don't you just start your own thing? Do your own. He started his own thing.
That's a fact.
And he got his shoe brand going on, clothing brand going on.
That's a whole fact.
This guy's making some moves, man. You know what I mean?
About it. So you can say whatever you will about him, and some of the things you may not agree about how he deals with his son or how he deals with the media and different aspects and all those type of things. This guy's getting things done, though, nonetheless.
No question at all.
You know what I mean? So,
Coach, what's the next one?
All right, college transfers. College transfers is on the rise.
Yes.
We've seen a lot more of people saying, listen, if things are not working out for me, I'm out of here.
Right.
College transfers. So my position of it is I agree with it. Again, I mean, your life is your life. Your choice is your choice. You only get one time on this wheel. So if your circumstance, your situation isn't working out for you, by all means, I think that you should take the next step in your personal career, your personal choice, and try to work on ascending yourself as much as possible. So I'm for. I mean, I know college coaches are. It was a video that you put up the other day on Facebook where it was a coach. He was going on a whole rant of a kid was telling him he's going to transfer.
Right. Yeah. That was high school level.
That was high school level. That's right. And he went off.
Oh, Coach, that was unbelievable.
It was something you posted up, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and expound on that a little bit more.
Well, Coach, it was a video of a clip of a coach at a Christian school, a prep school, and he brought this one kid in from Haiti, somewhere like that. Yeah,
I think it was Haiti.
Yeah, got him Haiti, and he was just dressing this kid down with so much vitriol. I mean, it was unbelievable, Coach, the stuff he was saying to him.
Yes.
I mean, I can't say it on the tape here, Coach, what stuff he was saying. It was unbelievable.
Really,
if I was a parent of that child, Coach, that would be like baseball bat Tim boot stuff. I mean, I'm putting my Timbs on, we going to work. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the bottom line. That was unbelievable, Coach.
I mean, he was saying stuff like, I control you. I control where you want to go.
Right.
I mean, he attacked his intellect by saying, I know you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Go call some of your friends up that might can help you with the word because you don't know what extortion means.
Yes,
you know,
coach.
he was going
yes,
in.
Yes, he was.
He was going in saying, you know, and you sent me something where I screenshotted it and I saved it that if you want to leave, I'm going to use this against you.
Right,
so,
right,
I mean,
right.
A person who may seem like their best interest is somewhere else and they want to make a choice, and this is the response and the rebuttal they get from some of these coaches.
That's right. That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
That's
So
right.
I'm all for it. If you want to transfer and you feel a better situation for yourself, now is it all going to be 100% absolute? Should a kid maybe stay in some circumstances? Probably. Right. However, having said that, at the end of the day, it's your choice to make that decision with your family and supporters of what you want to do.
That's right.
So
That's
I'm
right.
all for it.
Yeah.
If you want to make a different decision. I mean, we had the kid from Joe Primo.
That's right.
From Albany.
That's right.
And that kid was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I gave. I mean, you were the one that was talking about, hey, what can you say? I gave you Albany some good years.
That's right. That's right. And to his credit, he graduated in 3 years.
That's a fact.
So you have to. I think the rule is that if you graduate in 3 years, you are allowed to transfer in that fourth year. You know what I mean? So he got it done. He's going to move on to a bigger program to get a better look at the NBA or maybe some high-profile overseas teams.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I can't blame the kid for doing that. I mean, he stayed home locally. I'm pretty sure he might have another offer to play somewhere else, maybe probably a little bigger program.
Right.
He stayed here local, and he gave all he had. You know, so that particular transfer there, I have absolutely zero a complaint about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I have no qualms with that at all.
At all.
Went to a program that just came off of a national championship as well.
That's right. That's right.
You know
Now,
what
what I do have a problem with some transfers, Coach, is that some people going to certain schools and a guy gets there and then you find out how much hard work it really requires, and then you see that your expected playing time you thought you're going to get isn't what you expected, and now you want to cut tail and run instead of staying in and working it out. It's a business. The coach has got to put the best product out there for his job. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And if you're not cutting the mustard, Coach, you got to be on. You got to sit in the side, let the person who's actually producing, take the role.
No, absolutely. I told you, I can concur with you on that point. It's very. What we find is a lot of times is kids go to programs and they don't understand the magnitude of what it takes.
Right.
You know what I mean? To succeed within that program, what the requirements are.
Right.
And sometimes they just go, all right, I'm out. You know what I mean? I don't want to deal with this instead of fighting through.
Right. And I know that a lot of people, a lot of successful players, Coach, throughout the years, they had adversity.
Yes.
I spoke to Tony Delk, Coach, during the summer. I had a little interview with him. He told me that his first year, man, he was thinking about it real hard. He had a senior ahead of him. He had to persevere. He said he almost did it, but he said he had to dig down with himself. I got to prove something to myself, basically, what he's saying. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
And he turned to be one of the. His jersey retired at Kentucky right now.
Right,
you know what I mean? Kentucky Wildcats. That's a big time program.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So that's to be a prime example for a lot of kids, man. Like when you're the big fish in your little pond.
Yeah.
When you go outside, you're this big old ocean. It's different out here.
Matter of fact, Coach, having said that, I'd like to move on to our next topic.
Okay.
So I think we're going to pass the
There
rock.
you go.
Like you really didn't like to do.
Cut it out. Yeah.
Just held on to it.
Average a lot.
Just a little too long.
Huh? Me?
Just a little too long this.
Oh, I gave plenty of assists.
Oh, yeah, sis.
I've fed
You
him.
missed me on the wing a lot.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
that brings me to my next point. Let's talk about the state of AAU in basketball.
Okay.
And how it relates to some of these kids and the things in the AAU programs and the effect it has on these kids even going to college. You know what I mean? I know it's good venues out there that provide nice venues for kids and different things of that nature, but my qualms a little bit with it is that what's happening and what you see is there's so many hands in the pot for these young kids that the development and keeping them grounded goes amiss. So when you have programs that want these kids and want to do everything and lavish them with whatever they want to lavish them with
Right.
in order for them to be successful and what have you, in the interim, it does something to the kid sometimes.
Yes.
Where the kid stops to work hard. He thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread. Because everybody is telling him what he wanted here in order to have him in their program.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
right.
I just think that we have to be more real with these kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have
Right.
to tell them what it is. I talk to so many people and they think this kid is going here, this kid is there. I'm like, do you understand what it really takes in the hard work?
Yeah.
And I think the state of AAU sometimes convolutes that for these kids and keeping it real with them and their plight of trying to gain the kid in their program for their own personal gain or own program gain.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
So,
right. And, go ahead, Coach. I'm sorry.
I'm done.
Oh, you done?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Good,
Rock.
good.
I pass
Wow.
the
I
rock.
love feeling this thing. Wow.
I passes the rock. So go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what you're saying, I mean, it's very, very true, Coach. I mean, I think there's a lot of great AAU programs out there, Coach, that do the right thing for their players. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? It's just that you have I wouldn't even say very few. There's a lot of programs out there, Coach, that have they do not have the kids' best interest in their hand, and that kind of like spoils the whole image, the whole pot of AAU because a few guys trying to get a quick buck off the backs of some students. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you know, I listened to one of the situations that Deion Sanders said about the state of football. He was talking about his state, but he said he could talk about any state. We posted also on social media, and he talked about how these kids are just being babied. He used the word dog. He said he got a bunch of cats out there, I think he said, instead of dogs. You know what I mean?
That's what he said.
So, you know, got the parents out here that's not really demanding that maximum effort for them.
Right.
You know, from them. So you're babying your kid, making them soft, and you're not helping them at the end.
That's a fact.
And you see Florida football right now. The top four Florida programs are losing right now.
Right.
I think all 4 programs lost last week in football last week, Coach. That's crazy. You know what I mean? And some of them lost real bad last week.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I just think that parents have to do a better job of just keeping their kids grounded and keeping them around people that genuinely care. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
And now don't go for all the window dressing stuff that goes on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
The free sneakers, the nice jersey,
Right.
stuff like that. Don't fall for that. See what it is, because it might be in that program that might be big. It might have one particular coach in that program that might be doing the right thing. So don't paint the whole program with a bush. Really do some research on that program.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? And find out if that's a fit for your child. You know what I mean? Because it might be a fit for them at a particular age group. When they get older, it might not be because that coach is not going up with them. So you might want to find somewhere else for your kid to go. I mean, there's a lot of things to look at. If you want your kid to be successful, you got to put the research in. You got to do the research.
That's true, because the biggest thing with us is you got to put your kid where the sneakers is touching the floor.
That's right.
Regardless of a name on the shirt, a name on the back of a shirt, a pair of sneakers, a bag, a warm-up, what have you.
Right.
You know, you have to put your kid in a situation where their sneakers is touching the floor.
Right.
Regardless of all the hoopla of who this and who that. And like you said about keeping them grounded, it's very important because as coaches, if we want you, a lot of times, and what you see is now you see kids not even understanding the dynamic of what you alluded to earlier. That when you get to college, it's so competitive, it's so big out there, and you're like you said earlier, the little fish and the big fish in the little pond.
Right.
So you're here in this little old pond, and you're getting all of these accolades, and everybody's tapping you on the back. You're the best thing since sliced bread. Then when you go away, you're not prepared.
Right. Everybody's there. They're all state in their state.
Absolutely.
Huh?
You got to tell these kids straight up and down. You got a lot of work to do.
Right.
You got to continue to work hard. You're not even there yet.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
right.
I just wanted to touch base on that because a lot of times the state and AAU is starting to catch a lot of heat and a lot of flack about certain things, but it's one of the things that I recognize, Coach, that I just saw that I'm like, wow, we got to do a better job of preparing these kids, man, because we see so many kids go away and come back so soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's our job. I'm not saying it falls all on AAU coaches or it falls all on AAU programs, but there's a portion in there that is your duty and responsibility to prepare that kid and have them ready.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So,
what's next on the docket?
well, what's next, Coach? Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's
Okay.
talk a little bit of NBA.
Oh, you ready for this?
Are you ready is the question.
Do you even watch NBA?
Come on, man.
Okay, all right.
I know NBA like the back of my hand, man.
Oh,
You know
okay,
what I'm saying? Yeah,
okay. I'm making sure.
Yeah, I do it. But,
Oh.
so, I mean, Golden State, they're locked to win it this year?
Since I watch NBA more than you do, I'll start off. Wow, Cole, that's a tough question.
Not tough for me, but go ahead. I understand why it'd be tough for you.
All right, it's only tough because when you're so good and you're winning by so many points, but by such margin, I think you're averaging like a 19-point margin every game so far.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, victory, they only won by like 7 or something like that. It was a good game with
I watched that game, by the way, too.
with the Timberwolves. It was a good game. Timberwolves gave a valiant effort. You know what I mean? But when you got so much of that on you, Coach, it's like, I think the pressure starts to build. And with that team, and then once you have an injury or something like that, you start doubting yourself. And like you said before, we're not going to talk about the negative, all right? We don't want to talk about injuries, but they do occur.
I mean, it's worth mentioning.
Yeah,
it's worth mentioning.
They do occur.
It's
So
worth mentioning.
this we got to keep that in mind. But in my heart of hearts, right now, I would have to say it's a
lot.
I mean, like you can throw with a key type law. I mean, like turn it and throw it away. I mean, Coach.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's really difficult. Yeah. And the fact of the matter is that Boogie Cousins is sitting over there in a suit.
Right.
Resting up.
Yeah.
Getting healed. Boogie Cousins.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean,
walking double.
We beating guys by 19 now, and Boogie Cousins is sitting over there. You know what I mean? Like, what can you expect? I mean,
Coach, the ball movement from them guys is incredible.
It's incredible.
I seen one possession last night, Coach. I could have swore the ball moved around 7 times. Might have touched one or two players twice in that one rotation before Green got it and threw alley-oop to one of the young big post players for alley-oop dunk. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And then you got Curry coming down. Soon as literally, Coach, when he gets past half court, you have to be really conscious.
He's in range.
Clay, he can heat up any moment. We haven't talked about Durant yet.
Yeah,
come on, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I do want to expound on is that for like the basketball, aficionados out there and basketball players, one of the things that you see with him is that the ability that team to move without the ball is so special.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to move the ball, but you have to have movement without the ball.
That's right.
For the ball, I mean, it doesn't stick.
Right.
You know what I mean? And now you got arguably 3 of the best shooters in NBA history. Not just NBA right now.
Right.
NBA history.
That's nutty.
All comprised on one team, and they all unselfish.
Right.
And then you have the mop-up king in Draymond Green. Like, that is like really difficult. Like, I agree with the lot.
Yeah. Throw it away.
Now I will throw like now my dark horse.
Yeah.
All right. This whole thing is Boston.
No, Houston. Not Houston.
No.
Wow.
No.
Wow. They almost took him down last year without your boy getting hurt. Your boy CP3. If he didn't get hurt, they might have took him down last year.
I see where you're going with that. However, that's wishful thinking to a degree.
Okay.
These guys are battle tested. There was nothing to be shaken of, or nothing to be worried about in the sense of, Houston put up a valiant effort and they fought, and maybe ifs, fifths, and all that kind of stuff. But CP3, however, having said that, I believe that they would have propelled. I look at Boston as a team because Boston got a number of scores in different spots. Because when you're playing against a team like Golden State, the thing with Golden State is, Golden State's the type of team, if you miss shots on 2-3 straight possessions, they can go up by 9 on you that easy.
Yeah, real quick, too. real quick.
That's the craziest part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You look at that situation, you're like, okay, it's a 5-6 point game, and then you miss on 3 straight possessions. Because they're a defensive team as well, so they can get stops.
Yes.
So you miss on 3 straight possessions, and all of a sudden, they can legitimately score 9 points on you on those possessions, whether it's and ones or straight threes, and have you on a 9-0 run like that.
That's nutty.
So when I look at Boston appears to be a team that can stop that kind of bleeding because they got a number of scores on different aspects on their team that can stop that run or stop the bleeding when Golden State gets going. So if there's any team I think has enough firepower to potentially compete against Golden State, be Boston at this point right now.
Okay, Coach, you're about to close up here, Coach. What about the Raptors, though, real quick?
The Raptors are something to be said about. I mean, Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, man.
That's another debate.
Yes,
because,
only reason why I didn't really mention them, only because I don't know if the chemistry is there quite yet, but they look tough right now, Coach.
8-1 or 7-1.
Oh, baby.
So it's hard because you're talking about LeBron. Still, it's probably the best player in the planet. Arguably. Kevin Durant right there. And Kawhi Leonard is all in that. I mean, I think you could just kind of toss them up and whatever you pull out. You got Kawhi Leonard over there. Now, like, you got a DeMar Rosen, who was a guy that was very valuable and viable to their team, and last year could have potentially did some things. But now, when you have a Kawhi Leonard, DeMar Rosen, DeMar, I like him, but Kawhi Leonard, the best two-way player in the game.
That's right.
Hands down. So you bring that to him, I mean, yeah.
Don't forget about the Detroit Pistons. All right, Coach, we're going to send this on out to the people out there. We appreciate all you guys coming out and seeing us. We're in our new home right now, Channel Albany. You will see us there a lot this season, and we're going to make this channel really, really hot. So check us out. We'll give you the times of the time we're going to be on in a few more episodes. Let you know what our schedule is going to be like on that channel. All right, Coach? Umoja 2 TV. Peace.